Hello, my name is Paige. If you've not practiced with me before, today I will be guiding you through this 30-minute kids flow, and I will also be telling a story about Nanabush. And if you've never heard of Nanabush before, Nanabush is a trickster, and he's like a spirit, sometimes referred to as a god. He's from Ojibwe culture, which is my background as well. And there are a lot of stories that he shows up in historically, and he's there involved in creation. I've taught a class before about how the turtle got her shell. And so our story for today is going to be Nanabush and the Bulrush. If you don't know what a bulrush is, because I did not when I first found this story, think about, when you go to a river and there's all that grass flowing that blows in the wind. I used to call it pussy willow when I was a kid. Also, I think it's known as cattail. Yeah, so that's kind of the visual we want to think about whenever I say bulrush as we move through our story today. So we will be doing yoga with the story. I'll be making the movements as I tell the story. So just follow along the best that you can. Just watch the video as we go through the story. If the movements don't feel good or you start to get tired, feel free to just listen to the story for a little bit. You don't have to move the whole time. I also wanted to note that I'm from Ottawa. I'm sending this video to you from my home in Ottawa, and I'm on unceded Algonquin territory. Just wanted to mention that. Whenever you're ready, we'll get started laying down. So our story starts with Nanabush in his home, and he is sleeping. So as you lay down on our mat or whatever our yoga space is, close your eyes, and we'll just pretend that we're in a deep sleep. So what happens to our body when we're sleeping? It relaxes completely. We still breathe slow, deep breaths. Just imagine you're taking a little nap here. And then, as Nanabush starts to wake up, he starts to wiggle his fingers and his toes. Starts to make some movements with his hands and his wrists, his feet and his ankles. And then he reaches his hands up overhead for a big stretch. Big morning stretch. Oh, maybe a yawn. Whatever you normally do when you wake up in the morning, we'll make our way up to our seated position. Reach the hands up overhead, and then big stretch. Reach the hands behind you, back down. We'll do that one more time. Big circle. Imagine you just woke up. So now, Nanabush is ready to go on an adventure. So he hops up, and let's go for a little walk. So we're walking. You can either walk in place, or if you have room around you, you can walk in a big circle. Just imagine Nanabush going for a walk. And then he gets to a marsh. Keep walking. And all of a sudden, there's this weird noise. And the noise is caused by Nanabush. So imagine you're taking a big step back, aiming your bow, and then twang, let it go. So Nanabush is not hunting. He's just playing with his bow. Twang, almost making a music type sound. Twang, twang with it as he plays. Twang. Feel free to make the noises also. Twang. Imagine the bow releasing with no arrow. Twang. One more time with either side. Twang. Ding. pull, release the bow, twang. Nanabush stops because he sees something up in the distance. Take a look, see if you can see what he's seeing. He sees what looks like people dancing, swaying back and forth. Looks like they're moving with the wind. Feathers in their hair, dancing back and forth. So Nanabush is curious. Also, a little bit upset that he wasn't invited to this party. So he makes his way over, and what does he see? Not people, but Bulrush, dancing and swaying in the wind, moving back and forth, side to side, moving wherever the wind takes them. Nanabush is curious. He wants to get closer. He ducks down and hides behind a bush. Then decides to get even lower, so he hops back and lowers all the way down onto his belly, lifting his chest to look over a tree root so that he can see better. Like a snake slithering through the grass, Nanabush is looking at the bulrush. He decides he wants to get a little bit closer, so he needs to crawl there on his belly. If you have the room, feel free to crawl around on your belly, or we'll just stay in place and imagine crawling through the forest, digging your way through bushes. And then Nanabush gets right beside a bulrush, and he decides it's time to talk to the bulrush. So using the strength in his arms, pushes himself up, bends his knees, and then hops up to stand beside the bulrush. The bulrush keeps dancing back and forth. And Nanabush asks if he can join in their dancing. The bulrush sinks low, looks at Nanabush as he's dancing, and says, no. Nanabush cannot join them. He keeps swaying back and forth, making big circles. Nanabush asks why. And the bulrush explains what it means to dance in the wind. The bulrush, it is their job to dance. It's what they always do. They keep moving, and they only pause when the wind takes a small break that only ever lasts for a moment, and then they keep dancing again. The bulrush never stop their dance. It's a dance that never ends. And Nanabush has other things to do. He cannot keep up with dancing forever. But Nanabush disagrees. He really, really wants to dance. So he pleads with the bulrush, saying, please, please, I'll listen to anything you say. Just let me dance with you. I promise that I can do it. I promise that I'll listen to you. And so the bulrush has to think for a moment. The bulrush knows Nanabush. They know that Nanabush is a trickster and sometimes plays pranks on other people, on other animals in the forest. And so, as the bulrush is dancing and thinking, he decides that maybe he can play a trick on Nanabush instead of the other way around. So he says, okay, Nanabush, you can dance with us as long as you do everything I say, exactly everything I say, and as long as you never stop dancing. Nanabush jumps up, excited, so excited to dance, and says, yes, I'll do anything you tell me. And so he gets ready to dance. First, he has to grab another bulrush. So imagine you're grabbing for a bulrush, and he has to fasten it in his hair nice and tight so he'll have something to sway back and forth in the wind. Nanabush gets ready to dance, waits for the wind, and as it starts to blow, he starts to sway back and forth, moving with the wind, moving with the other bulrush. Switch legs, keep flowing. And Nanabush loves it. He feels amazing. Moving with the wind and the other bulrush connected together. And then the wind starts to get faster. Nanabush has to dance faster to keep up with it. Whew. And then the wind gets harder. So he has to dance harder and faster. Moving, big sweeping movements, just like the wind. Switch legs. Big movements, moving fast. Then, Nanabush starts to get tired. He keeps moving because he knows he's not allowed to stop, but asks the bulrush if he can take a break. The bulrush right away says, "Be strong, Nanabush. Our dance never stops. I told you that." And Nanabush says, "Oh, I'm not tired. Don't worry. I just felt like stopping." And so he has to keep dancing back and forth, dancing as hard as he can to keep up with the bulrush, to keep up with the wind. And then the wind gets so strong that he tips over so far he's almost touching the ground on either side. Dancing as fast and as hard as he can as the wind blows back and forth. The bulrush are also dancing, making big circles with their bodies. Woo! In the other direction too. And then the bulrush, who is still dancing, looks at Nanabush and says, "It has now been 3 days and 3 nights that we've been dancing. How are you doing, Nanabush?" And Nanabush, at this point, is so tired, he can't even answer. So tired from all that dancing, he needs to take a moment and just relax. But then, he's angry. He takes the bulrush out of his hair and throws it. Big throw as far as he can. "Get this out of here. I'm done with dancing." He's too tired to keep up, and now he's angry. So finally, Nanabush decides it's time to take off, leave the marsh, go grab something to eat, and go back home. But what Nanabush doesn't know is the bulrush, who are still dancing, have played a little trick on him. Now I'll add some twisting. The bulrush twist in the wind as well. What the bulrush didn't tell Nanabush is that they were not dancing for 3 days and 3 nights. In fact, because Nanabush lost track of the time in all of that dancing, they had actually been moving for 3 whole years. Imagine 3 years of doing nothing but dancing. But the bulrush wanted to teach Nanabush a lesson. The job of the bulrush is to dance. That's what they do. They move with the wind, and they keep up their eternal dance. Nanabush has not more important, but more important to him things to do, other things. He has other jobs. So Nanabush is at home now, and he's tired. So he needs to take a little break. Deep breath. Now imagine, after 3 whole years of dancing, you're finally back at home. And he lays down, relaxes into his bed, just like at the beginning of practice, Well, imagine we're going to sleep, but this time, you've just been dancing for 3 whole years. So imagine how tired your body is. You don't even want to move a muscle. Take a deep breath, maybe close your eyes, and we'll drift into our pretend sleep. Slowly, Nanabush begins to wake back up. So maybe we'll wiggle our fingers and toes again. Open our eyes. Big stretch like you're just waking up. Oh, and we'll make our way back up to our seat. Nanabush still doesn't know that he's been dancing for 3 whole years. And so, when he finds out, he hops up and is angry. So right away, let's storm off to the marsh. Sorry. Big steps. We're running because we're angry. Run! Nanabush did not like that he just wasted 3 whole years of his life. So when he gets there, he's upset at the Bulrush who are still dancing, and he tells them that from now on, Bulrush can no longer grow anywhere except for places that are close to water. So whenever you are near a river, keep an eye out for the grass poking out from the water, growing up towards the sky. And as the wind hits them, they dance back and forth, always moving with the wind. And Nanabush returns home, prepared for more adventures another day. We'll take one deep breath together. Big breath, and we'll let it out with a big sigh. One more time, make it as loud as you can. Big breath, and then thank you so much for practicing with me today, for listening to our story about Nanabush. I hope to see you again. I'll be making more stories like this, I'm sure. Thank you so much. And in Ojibwe, we say, Miigwech. Big thank you.